Hi, this is Kim from Dorothy's Daughter. Welcome to my channel. Hope you're all doing well today. Today is Monday, and it is another great week of quarantine. We're all getting through this together. Anyway, today I'm going to be reviewing a very great pattern for you guys. It's the 24/7 top by Ellie Mac, and it's quickly becoming one of my favorites. I'm actually wearing it right now. I will show you some detailed photos in just a little bit. But before we get to that, I just want to say thank you to all of you out there, and we're all part of this community, and we are all in this together. And I love the way that you're sharing and answering each other's questions in the comments, and I thank you so much. I have had a lot of comments, and I'm trying to get back to answer all of them. I try to answer the ones with questions right away. If I haven't gotten back to you, please rest assured I will. I'm just trying to work through them as fast as I can. And at the end of this video, I will have some viewer makes. But in the meantime, if you're not part of this great family yet, if you're just finding us or just joining us, I would just like to invite you to go ahead and click that subscribe button, and also click the bell, and that way you'll know whenever a new video is posted. All right, so the 24/7 top from Ellie Mac. As you know, Ellie Mac are some of my very favorite patterns, and I really liked the look of this one. It mixes woven and knit, and what I really liked about it is just it was different, not just your average normal t-shirt, and I'll show you why here in just a little bit. It has a lot of style. It comes in sizes extra, extra small all the way up to 5X, which is pretty inclusive sizing, as most Ellie Mac patterns are. It is just a wonderful top. I made it from scraps from other things, and that's one of the things I love it. It's a great scrap buster. It actually takes less than a yard of each type of fabric, so it's wonderful if you just have I think I probably had maybe I guess it would be a fat half left of the blue knit, and maybe a third of a yard, or well, more than that, maybe a half a yard left of the coral. So there you have it. It's just a real good scrap buster. I'm going to be having a video coming up here in the next couple weeks on my favorite patterns that call for a yard or less. So this is definitely going to be in there, even though it takes a little bit more than that. It's 1 yard of each. It's less than a yard of each fabric. So just a few things I'd like to tell about patterns I'm reviewing. First, I'll just talk about the wearability. The knit part of it, which is both the top pieces, the top front and the top back, it's dolman style sleeve. The top front is longer, and then the top back, as you can see, is a little bit shorter. But because it's knit up here, it's easy fit and easy on and off, and very easy to wear. It can be made to coordinate with so many different things. It's a really fun way to color block. You can put things together that you maybe wouldn't even think of. And anyway, I'm in love with this top. I love the way it fits. I love the way it flows. And there's just so many. I mean, I don't know about you, but what I always lack the most in my wardrobe is tops that I can throw on over jeans. I like dressy tops that you can throw on over jeans, because you can take jeans and just make them wearable almost everywhere if you have a nice top. And I'm a jeans kind of girl, and not that I don't love my dresses, as you know, I do, but you know, 90% of the time I'm wearing jeans. Actually, probably not even that much right now, because you know, sweatpants. I try not to do that every day, though. As I said before, we need to get up and, you know, get dressed, put makeup on, and feel normal, because it's all part of the headspace you need to get into to handle being cooped up for this long. So anyway, I dress up for you guys, but a lot of times I'm just in my sweatpants and t-shirt. So the ease of the construction, it's also very, very easy to make. Since there's no sleeve at all, it's dolman. It's just a couple of seams and came together super fast. So a few tips though of the construction, I guess, is that you might want to stay stitch the knits right at the seam where the woven is going to join, so that will make it a lot easier for you to fit those in, because if you stretch the knit, it's not going to line up to the woven. So you need to be really careful of not stretching the knit, and in some cases you almost even have to ease the knit into it. But I think I did a little better with that when I went ahead and stay stitched just that one seam, and then that way I knew that, I mean, it's not a seam that's going to need to stretch, because it's not going to stretch because it has a woven attached to it. So you just go ahead and stay stitch that seam, and then that way, and do it with like a kind of a long stitch, and then that way if you have to bunch up and ease it a little bit, you've got the stitch there that you can do that with. Not quite, you know, almost like a sleeve, but I mean, you really don't have to do that. But just if you do the stay stitching, it'll go together a lot better. Or you can try using some spray starch on the edges on that seam. That works as well too, but then you have to wash it again. If you've already washed the fabric once, I don't know, I'm always anxious to wear whatever I make, so I'll wash it or I'll make it, and then I want to wear it. I don't want to wash it before I wear it. So I love spray starch, and you know, sometimes do resort to that, but stay stitching is a little faster. You can pull that out and wear it. So it is, like I said, a very great scrap buster. Oftentimes with knit projects especially, I'll end up with a piece that's too small to really like get a whole pattern across it. So I'll end up with just a front or just a back. Well, this is a perfect way to make those pieces work for you. And I mean, you could go back through and find probably a lot of that. Sometimes I'll sew for my grandchildren out of those things. In this case, I actually made my Hepburn dress out of this. If you remember that video a few months ago, actually about a month ago. And then I also made some undies out of this. So, you know, it's, you can get, so you can make your scraps go really far. And of course, the more we don't waste, the better we are to the environment. Sometimes I'm not real big on worrying about it necessarily, but if I can do my part, I do. There is a high degree of waste with sewing. We throw away the paper that's not part of the actual pattern. You know, we throw away. I try to recycle as much as possible. I use paper on both sides before I throw it away. I'll often, like, I'll take, this are my notes for today's video, and I'll go ahead and use these notes, but then I'll put it in the printer and print a pattern on the back of it, because who cares what the other side looks like. So that's just another way you can save. That's a rabbit trail, I guess, but you know, I try to do my part as far as the environment goes. So using your scraps is a really good way that you're not wasting fabric. Some good fabrics for the knit portion of this would be cotton lycra, double brush poly, that's what this is. You could use any kind of like a rayon spandex or bamboo, any kind of a nice drapey knit. You want to have a little bit of heft to it so that it actually stands up with whatever woven you chose. But double brush poly, rayon spandex, and cotton lycra all would do very well with this. For the woven part, rayon challis would be really good. Some chiffons would be good, although you'd have to wear a cami because then the back would be see-through. You can use, this is peach skin that I used. A georgette would be pretty. Any kind of light drapey woven you could use, just light and airy. A cotton you could use. I don't think it would drape quite as nicely though as some of the other fabrics. I think a cotton lawn would do better than like a quilter's cotton. So just some tips on the fabric there. The materials are very available. Like I said, you can bust scraps to make it. And I mean, you could just really have fun with mixing patterns. I I love to do that, and I haven't been brave enough to do it until recently, and I've been doing some really fun things. So I'm really happy to be able to do that more. If you've been watching me for very long, you'll know that I've been into sketching lately, and I did sketch this. I'll put the sketch up here. This is what I thought it would look like before I made it, and lo and behold, it looks pretty much like that. Let me go ahead and show you a little video and a few pictures here. As you can see in the back, it's just so flowy and neat. I love it. I can imagine, now the double brush poly might be a little hot in the summer, but I think it'll be offset by this peach skin, which is like nothing. I mean, it's so thin and airy. I think it'll be a really nice top for the spring and summer. So I love it. Ellie Mac is a fantastic pattern company, and as I know that I've said that before, this week they've been doing the Wacky Wednesdays, only extending them for the whole week. I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but the last time I looked, this pattern was on the $1 Wacky page. So there you go. If you like this, you might want to go grab it. And even if it's back up to regular price, it's definitely well worth it. I will say too that because of the situation we're in our world right now, Ellie Mac has reached out and made all their patterns 60% off, and then extended their wacky sales for the entire week. So you can definitely stock up on some of their patterns right now, and it won't cost you an arm and a leg. And believe me, they are nice patterns. I have a lot of them, and one of these days I'll get around to making all of them, but when I see one that I like on Wacky or on sale, I usually buy it. So, and this is one that I had for a little while. I bought it when it was Wacky before and only $1. As I thought about it, I had this large amount of scraps, and I just decided that that needed to be a top, and I'm really happy that I did. So anyway, the 24/7 top by Ellie Mac, and I will put an affiliate link in the description below. You don't have to use my link, but if you do, it does help out the channel just a little bit. Another thing I'd like to talk about is, actually it's today, but I'm going to say this week because I have to get some things together first. Today is, I made my first Dorothy's Daughter video 1 year ago today. And as I stop and think of how far that I came in 1 year, it blows my mind. And I'm just so thrilled and happy at where we are. I wanted to be at 4,000 subscribers before that, before the day. I didn't make it, but I'm only like 70 short. So that's pretty good. I'm more excited than ever to be doing this and to be sharing it with all of you. This community of sewists that we have all across the board, just wonderful people. I mean, you barely find a cross person, and even if you might disagree with that person on this or that, there's always just some camaraderie, and I don't see people tearing each other down like I do in some other places online. So I love the sewing community. So anyway, in celebration of my 1 year, there's going to be a giveaway, and I can tell you one of the prizes so far, but I'm going to try and line up a few more and have a couple of drawings. One of the prizes will be a bee bracelet from my daughter-in-law. I told you she was making bee bracelets with my mom's story. So one of those will go out to a lucky winner, and I'll tell you how to enter coming up because I want to line up a few more prizes before I do that. It'll probably be later this week sometime. I can't say exactly when because I'm waiting for some people to get back with me. But I will be doing a celebration video. I hope to put together a few bloopers. There's too many to pick from. That's the problem, especially early in the beginning. So anyway, I am just thrilled beyond belief that I have made it through this year and where I'm at, and I couldn't be happier. The other thing I have to share with you is we have some viewer makes to share. Valerie sent me a few makes, and she said, I thought I would include photos of some recent makes. A few of them were made for our trip, but they will be great for summer. She was another person who didn't get to take her trip, just like me. So she said the navy butterfly and solid strawberry ruched front top are the Plivets top from Itch to Stitch. And on the solid top, I changed the drop sleeve to a set-in one, and to my delight, my pattern drafting worked. And that's from Valerie. And then she says the jacket is Carol's top and jacket from Silhouette Patterns. She says the navy butterfly ivory yoke top is from the Everywhere dress pattern by Ellie Mac. Another one to check out. And like I said, they're all 60% off right now, and that's a great pattern too. And then she said the taupe background floral with the large cowl collar is the Bella Vista top from Itch to Stitch. So she likes some of my very favorite pattern companies too. Itch to Stitch is up there among my favorites as well. So there you have it. There's some viewer makes. Thank you so much, Val, for sharing those with us. I love seeing everyone's makes. So please send them in. I would love to share them online. And let's celebrate sewing. Let's all celebrate together, even though we don't have anywhere to wear them right now, right? But we can put them on and show them to each other, and then they'll be there ready and waiting when this whole world starts moving again, which will happen. It will happen. I don't know when, but it will happen. So while we can't wear our beautiful makes out, we can take photos and share them with each other until that time comes when we're going to have a billion places to go, and we're probably going to be complaining that we're never home. So that's human beings for you. I don't think I'm ever going to complain about that ever again in my life because I haven't been out of this house in 2 weeks. So, and I'm sure you all are the same. Everybody is. I don't even know when we will get out again, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We're safe. We're going to do what they tell us to do, and eventually we will get back to normal. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. In a few days, I'm going to show you my willow wrap dress that I made from Love Notions from a sketch. And I don't know if I've shared, but my sketches actually come from the base that I bought from my body model. And they're wonderful. They're well worth the money. They draft the Croquis, which is the fancy word for the outline of your body. They draft it from your measurements, which is just amazing. And they're really, really close to how I actually look. So it's really helpful to draw things on there and see, you know, how would I look in this? Well, should I make it above my knee or should I make it below my knee? And, you know, just how short to make things. And I'll tell you, the combination of my body model, Adobe Sketch, and my Apple Pencil. And oh man, I'm having so much fun with sketching. So I wish that for you too. So check out my body model if you get a chance. And I hope you have a wonderful evening and day tomorrow. And I will see you very soon. Happy sewing.